Hey, today I'll show you how to plan a trip with a low-cost airline. There are 3 simple rules. Be brave, don't plan, and neglect the extra cost. So rule 1 is to find the cheapest flight possible, no matter what airport it's from and to, and what airport you want to go from and to. You will get by bus or by train, doesn't matter, just find the cheapest flight, right? And step 2, don't plan in advance all this transportation. For example, your airport is 200 kilometers away from the destination. Don't book any train first, don't book the train in advance, don't plan anything, don't think about how you get to this airport. Just find the cheapest flight. And of course, step 3 is neglect the extra costs. So if this trip from the airport to the city center, which is far away, will cost you a lot of money, it doesn't matter because the flight was cheap. So now I'll show you a sample scenario of where you would live in London and would like to go to Warsaw, and then I'll show you the scenario I'm in, and you'll compare that and see for yourself if that's what you want to do. So here, you live on Deptford High Street in London. You want to fly from London to Warsaw, as I said, and so you go to Google Flights or whatever you use to search flights, and you see there's a flight for $19 with Ryanair for almost every time of the day, and $28 with Wizz Air, and then you can see the normal carriers like British Airways and Polish Airlines, and you don't even consider that they fly from Heathrow to Warsaw Chopin Airport, which is the main airports. Who cares? See Wizz Air. Wizz Air is almost $10 more than Ryanair. Who cares? It flies from Luton to Warsaw Chopin Airport, which is in the city center of Warsaw. Take this one, it's cheaper. It flies to Warsaw Modlin Airport, which is like an hour or more by bus from Warsaw, but who cares? And Stansted is also farther from London than Luton, but who cares? So you go back to Deptford High Street, you just realize your flight at 6 in the morning, for example, so you need to take a night train, night bus, number 47, let's say, to, what's it called? Liverpool Street Station, and from there you have a shuttle to Luton Airport or Stansted, right? You don't go from Luton, it's $10 more, it goes from Stansted, it's like here, it's like, I don't know, here, far away from London, and then you go back to Google Flights, want to book the flight for $19, and you see, if you fly from Birmingham, you will save $7, that's just 113 kilometers from Luton, so who cares? Let's fly from Birmingham, and again, you see, Birmingham to Warsaw Modlin, so that's the best option. You select that, and here you have a flight for 10 British pounds. And don't think about the cost of the train to Birmingham, don't think about the cost from getting from Warsaw Modlin Airport. Who cares? You will just figure it out later. It's like another 20-30 pounds to get here, another like 5 pounds to get from this airport, maybe 10, and but still you get a ticket for 10 pounds, so it's the most important thing. Why fly with Wizz Air for a few pounds more and save all this money on transportation if you can fly for 10 pounds? And now let's get to my story, which is unfortunately a real one. So I live in Israel, I need to get to Poland for Christmas, and now there was a flight on the 20th from Tel Aviv airport to Warsaw, and on the 24th, but on the 20th I still have school, and here I'll miss Christmas because I'll get the next day. So I decided to, instead of pay for the more expensive flight here, I booked a flight from, instead of Tel Aviv airport, I booked a flight from Eilat airport, which is all the way on the other side of the country. And not only I have to be there in the morning, I also have to get, this flight lands in Bratislava instead of Warsaw. So I have to then get from here to here, which is another like 8 hours by bus or something like that. But the goal was to find the cheapest flight possible, right? So I booked a flight for 30 euros on this route, which is quite cheap. And I thought I'll take a night bus from Tel Aviv to Eilat, fly here, and take a night bus from Bratislava to Warsaw, and I'll just get there, it will be okay. And then I realized that's 2 night passes, that's two nights without sleep. That was too much for me, so I had to book, you know what, a domestic flight from Tel Aviv to Eilat. How much is that? Another 30 euros. This is the part where I realized there are 2 different airports in Eilat. This is Eilat. The domestic flight from Tel Aviv lands here in Eilat airport. The flight to Bratislava departs from where? From like here? Here it is, of the airport. Which is 40 kilometers from Eilat. And again you have to take a bus there. And then you say to yourself, that's 66 euros, that's almost the cost of the flights from Tel Aviv to Warsaw for that date. But no, that's not the end. You land in Bratislava. You realize all the buses are booked because it's Christmas. And then you're like, and you book like a train or a bus or whatever, and go here, and then go here, and then go here. And every train or bus costs you another 10 euros or whatever, and you're like, you end up with something like this, which costs you almost 90 euros. You add the cost of food for like 30 something hours of travel, and it's 100 euros, which is almost the cost of flying with a regular non-low cost airline from Tel Aviv to Warsaw, and you just waste time and money. So let me know what you think about it. Do you prefer the cheapest flight or the cheapest overall price of the journey? And I'll see you in a few days with a trip report. I'm already packing.